Hey guys, welcome to today's tutorial. Today we are talking about the Smith machine and in particular Smith machine bench press. Really good little variation. I think it's a very underrated variation to the bench press. I think a lot of people look for the things for exercises such as the linear bench press, which is also a fantastic exercise for your chest. They look for your seated hammer presses, all these type of exercises, and very much overlook the absolute benefit of the Smith machine bench press. Why do I think this is such a really good exercise? Because it really keeps you locked in to obviously working in one vertical plane. But on top of that, you actually can really set yourself up into your normal bench press routine, but keep that tension right on that working muscle. And in particular for us, it's probably the lower portion of the chest, the big meaty part. So you can really dive deep into that muscle without actually having to recruit too many of those stabilizing muscles because of the fact that this runs on the one track. Okay, so out of them all, I'd rate them alongside all your other normal chest press machines. So definitely give it a go, and let's dive into it. Now, first things first, what we want to do is we're actually going to lower the bar and make sure that so we're fortunate enough that we have actually a bit of knurl in the middle here to identify where the middle of this bench would be. As potentially you could see, the knurl is there, so we're slightly off center. So we're going to push this bench slightly to the right. Okay, from here we'll set ourselves up again. We're looking pretty good in the middle, and that's where we want to be. Now, obviously, the reason why we don't want to favor too many sides, it's very minute, and I'm just a bit obsessive compulsive about making sure that everything is exactly the same. But if it's way too far one side, then obviously you're going to feel a discrepancy when you're pushing through the bench and through the bar. You're going to feel a bit more weight on either side. Right. So now that we have that all sorted, we are going to set up as we normally would with our bench press. If you haven't watched the bench press tutorial, I suggest you go over there because we really dive deep into why we set up the way we do. So head across there either before or now or later on. Otherwise, let's dive into this. When we're setting this up, we want to make sure that, first things first, that our feet are right in underneath our backside, that we're creating our thoracic extension and really promoting our chest, taking away from our shoulders. Again, we don't want to be flat in this position here because it really does promote, especially on our press through, our shoulder coming ahead of our chest. Two things happen as a result of that. There is potential shearing occurring in your shoulder joint, which can cause you all sorts of shoulder issues. But the more prominent one is the fact that a lot of people get overdeveloped through their anterior deltoid. They look like this. They're all really puffed up here, and they have very minimal chest. So what I would suggest you do is make sure that you're pulling your shoulder blades back and down, keeping a nice flat compact back. Remember, we want to press from a flat back rather than rounded, and the reason being is because if we can create more stability, we are always going to generate more force, and then we can create more tension through the working muscle as well. So we're going to place our feet underneath our backside, our heels are going to drive down, we're going to create this thoracic extension, and our shoulder and our chest is going to be promoted. We're pulling from our lats back and down towards our back pockets, and we're setting up in this position here. Now, what we're going to do is make sure that on the lowest portion of this lift that it's hitting the highest part of the chest. As you can see, the highest part of my chest is more so here rather than there, and because we are a bit obsessive compulsive about our positioning, we're actually going to shuffle back, set ourselves up again, down, go, okay, now we're in the highest point of the chest. From here, we are pressing up. Now, with your hands, we are going to do what we call a bull grip. And a bull grip is simply, instead of having the bar run parallel with your finger there, we're going to turn your hand, okay, and the bar is going to run through your index finger and your thumb, and that is where we want it to go. Because what we're going to do then is that strip that we have in the middle, we're going to think that these two bars connect, and we're going to pull them apart. So, bull grip, all right, bar running in line with the index finger, ending up on probably where, so if I was to tell you your fortune, it'll end up about there. Same with this one, where your fortune runs out, I suppose. Okay, about a thumb and a knuckle, or thumb width out. Bull grip, grab a hold, and then roll. You can either grab a hold of the top of your thumb, or you can just tuck in nicely like so. We're going to pull our shoulder blades back and down, get rid of those hooks, and then with my hands I'm going to think about pushing out that direction. So I'm going to grab it, pull it out, down, press. Remember, shoulder blades back and down, taking that bar to the highest point of my chest, and I'm working in this range here. Okay, and you'll feel your chest come absolutely alive. Now, because we are running that same line, there is really no rest on that chest. So we're hitting that exact point, those exact same muscle fibers over and over again, which is going to cause you all sorts of slight muscle tears and all sorts of growth. Team, that there is how you want to set up for your flat bench press on a Smith machine. Fantastic exercise again, and make sure you go and give it a go. I hope you picked up a few tricks and tips for this particular tutorial, and go chase those gains.